Good morning, children. Today we are going to learn about the rock cycle and types of rocks. Thinking about the relationships among the major rock groups. The three types of rocks, that is igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. Our earth is made up of soil and rocks. The sand and soil we see all around are made up of tiny pieces of rocks. When we observe a piece of rock with a magnifying glass, we find that it is made up of small grains. These small grains are called minerals. All rocks on the earth are made up of minerals. Some rocks contain only one mineral, while others may contain many minerals. Rocks are hard, solid masses composed of mineral particles. Now, in general, what is a rock? Rock is hard, solid mass composed of mineral particles that have been cemented together. There are different types of rocks depending on the minerals in them and also their formation. Coming to the types of rocks, there are three types: igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic rocks. Now, in that, how this igneous rock will be formed? The word igneous derived from the Latin word ignis, which means fire. They are formed by the cooling and hardening of magma, a hot liquid material which comes from deep inside the earth crust. Magma escapes from the earth through a little hole in the ground. Hot ash, steam, rocks, and magma pours their way out onto the earth's surface. When they cool, they form a mountain called volcano. Hot molten rock called lava flows out of the opening of the volcano. Here in the picture you can see, as the molten lava cools, it becomes a hard rock. This type of rock is called as igneous rock. Igneous rocks form the base of all forms of land, that is plain, mountain, and even ocean beds. Basing on where this magma cools, again igneous rock can be categorized into exclusive igneous rock, which is formed from lava, which is cooled on the surface and tend to solidify quickly. Whereas intrusive igneous rock, it is formed from magma, which is cooled inside the earth and tends to take a long time to solidify into the rock. When you observe, when volcano erupts, how the magma, which is present, flows, and when it is cooling on the surface, it forms exclusive igneous rock. If it is cooled deep inside the earth crust and slowly when it is solidified, it forms intrusive igneous rock. Then ignis means a Latin word which is known as fire. Basing on the cooling and where it is forming, basing on this, there are different types of igneous rocks. Coming to the igneous rocks, they are formed by even some mineral content difference also, magma cooling also, and the size of the mineral particle which is present. They are classified into granite, obsidian, pumic. Now, You can see here so many types of granite, obsidian, and pumic rock. The type of igneous rocks formed on the kind of mineral present and the quantity of magma it contains and the mineral particles. Coming to the granite. Granite is the most common igneous rock and is formed when magma cools down, that is below the Earth's surface. The three main minerals present in magma are quartz, feldspar, and mica. It is the most common igneous rock. It may be black, gray, white, pink in color. Maybe black, gray, pink, white in color. It is very hard, therefore it is used for flooring the houses, making statues and paving roads. Next is obsidian. Obsidian is formed by quick cooling of lava. It looks like glass and is black or dark in color. Due to its sharp edges, it is used in making and cutting the jewelry. This is also of different colors. This is obsidian black and obsidian green. Then, usually for surgical purposes and ornamental purposes also, this will be used. Next, pumic. Pumic is light colored and full of holes it will have. Hence, it can float on in the water. It is used to clean floors and polish surfaces. It is also used as body scrubber. Then one more is basalt. Basalt, it is one of the igneous rock formed by rapid cooling of this lava on the surface of the earth. It is dense and dark color and has fine grains. The edges of this rock are very sharp. These are also called as scoria rocks. These are all different basalt rock. Next, coming to other major groups are sedimentary rocks and metamorphic. All types of rock are continuously being broken down into small fragments called sediments. Small, tiny pieces which are known as sediments. This sediment can be compressed and cemented together to form sedimentary rock. Metamorphic rock, while forming these sedimentary or igneous rock only, converts in the process as extreme heat and pressure can change the chemical composition of either igneous or sedimentary rock and forms as metamorphic rock. Actually, the composition, basic chemical composition will be changed in case of metamorphic rock. Now, how the rock cycle is formed? Observe these pictures. The geologic earth sciences, earth, studying about earth, geology, forces cause rock to constantly change from one type to another. Complete the rock cycle diagram by adding the appropriate processes that connect each rock type to the other. So this question is just given here answer. Now how? First, volcanic eruption. So molten magma will flow as lava. When it is cooling below the Earth's surface, it is called as intrusive igneous rock. When it is cooling on the surface, the lava, it is extrusive igneous rock. This igneous rock only changes into either sedimentary or metamorphic. When it is sedimentary, it becomes on the surface, whatever is cold, the granite and all other types of rock, when their chemical composition changes, becomes into tiny particles and deposited, that is called as sedimentary rock. Or that sedimentary rock, or otherwise the igneous rock, changes its chemical composition due to the prevailing temperature and pressure in the Earth's surface. It becomes into metamorphic rock. So this cycle is called as rock cycle. So simply when you are drawing how it is forming, see, you have seen. So magma after crystallization uplifted this lava either under surface or above the surface of the earth. Above the surface cooling, solidifying very quickly. It is called as extrusive. If it is inside the surface, it is intrusive. So this magma only, this rocks is called as igneous rock. This igneous rock, due course by weathering of the rock, becomes into small tiny particles of rock, which is called as sedimentary rock. Otherwise, when the temperature and pressure are changing, this igneous rock may be directly changing its chemical composition and forms into metamorphic. Then sedimentary rock, due to soil erosion process, and rocks get eroded because of weather changes and climatic condition, transports and deposits inside this sedimentary rock due to increase in pressure and temperature inside the earth crust, changes their chemical composition and forms into metamorphic. When these metamorphic will be buried underground, these rocks, when melting due to high heat, again transforms into magma. This magma forces out in the form of lava and forms the crystals of igneous rock. Then coming to different types of sedimentary rock. The sedimentary rocks, how they will be formed? Sedimentary rocks are formed from pebbles, sand, mud, or clay that get deposited in the seas or the oceans. Repeated heating and cooling of mountains by rain, wind, and sunlight break the rocks. That is process is known as weathering. Here we have seen how the weathering process will be taking place. And due to sunlight or by rain or wind, this is the climatic condition. Small pieces of rock are carried down there by the rivers and by strong wind into lakes and seas. They sink to the bottom and settle down to form the layers called as sediments. As time passes, more sediments build up, which press down lower layers. The continuous pressure upon these lower layers hardens them into rocks. Those rocks are called as sedimentary rocks. And the major portion of the Earth's surface actually is covered with sedimentary rocks only. Coming to the different types of sedimentary rocks are sandstone, conglomerate, shale, and limestone. This is other way given the names. What is a sandstone? Sandstone is formed when small pieces of sand get compressed and cemented together. Sandstone mostly consists of a mineral called quartz. Then it is widely used for making buildings. Many of our old buildings in Delhi and Agra, Rajasthan are made up of by sandstone. So next is conglomerate. Conglomerate is a solid mass of pebbles, sand, and gravel, and cemented together with minerals like silica and calcium carbonate. It is mostly orange and gray color, usually used in construction and for polishing ornaments because it can withstand for weathering. Then coming to the shale, shale is very fine granulated are grained sedimentary rock formed when layers of clay harden. It is used to make tiles and bricks. And small black shales can be made into oil or gas also. Then limestone. Limestone is made up of a mineral called calcite, and this mineral comes from shells of sea creatures. When shells and skeletons of millions of tiny sea creatures settle down into the seabed, they form layers. These layers harden to form limestone. Chalk is a limestone rock. Cement and lime are made by using limestone. It is also used for making glass and for separating pure metals from their ores. Then next example is gypsum rocks. It is a soft rock made up of sulfate minerals, and it is used to make plaster of Paris, which is used to fill the gum teeth holes, cast molds, and false ceilings. They will be used for this gypsum rock will be used. And another one is flint. Flint is the second most common actually sedimentary rock. It is made up of by once living organisms. A fossil. Next is metamorphic rock. These are the examples of some of the types of metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rock means metamorphic, means a change in the form. Where the form is changing, the composition, the chemical composition of the rock, either sedimentary or igneous rock, changes, then it forms as metamorphic rock. Metamorphic rocks are formed from either igneous or sedimentary rocks. When these rocks are subjected to immense heat and pressure, that means much heat, high heat and pressure inside the earth, the mineral contents of these rocks will be changed. When this is changed, it is known as metamorphic rocks. These changes make them still harder and tougher. Coming to different types of metamorphic rocks are marble, then limestone, that is a sedimentary rock, undergoes several changes. It forms as a marble. It is found in various colors. It can be carved and polished easily. It is used to make statues and buildings. So, different colors of marble are white, blue, gray, green, blue, black, pinkish, orange. It is non-foliated metamorphic rock, or it is a sedimentary rock. Marble has a coarse-grained texture. Then coming to slate, this is also one type of sedimentary rock. It undergoes several changes. It forms a slate, and it is dark gray in color. It can be easily split into thin sheets. It is used for making writing slate, blackboard, and roof tiles. And it's also a foliated metamorphic rock and fine grained structure, gray color. It is sometimes pinkish color also. Next is genesis. Genesis is a igneous rock. When undergoes many changes, it forms genesis. During its formation, the minerals within it get separated to form light and dark color bands like this. Light color pinkish and dark blackish brownish color bands, and of different colors and can be seen separately. It often glitters, that means shines, because of the presence of shiny mica in it. So it's a mixture of light and dark colored layers. It's a foliated metamorphic rock. It has coarse grain texture, and it is having some mica in it. That is why it glitters, shines. Next, coming to quartzite. Quartzite is usually whitish gray in color, when sandstone, that is a sedimentary rock, undergoes several changes. It forms a quartzite. It is hard rock and it can even scratch steel. It is used to make statues. It is also used in making glass and in ceramic industries. It is usually a non-foliated metamorphic rock, coarse grain structure only, usually gray and pink in color, and is used in making glass as well as even in ceramic industry. Now, these are some examples of igneous rock again: granite, chlorite, calcite, basalt, obsidian. These are sedimentary, conglomerate, sandstone, shale, limestone, dolomite. Metamorphic rocks: slate, schist, saprine, quartzite, marble. Now, how they are forming, once again, glance. That is, first, when volcanic eruption, the magma, hot liquid form magma comes out as lava, and it solidifies very quickly on the surface, forming explosive igneous rock, and inside the earth's surface slowly solidifying on explosive igneous rock, and crystallization to form so many crystals. So again, this melting, cooling, and crystallization process takes place due to the weathering. That is due to weathering of, because of climatic condition, either erosion, wind, or high force flow of water. It gets deposited under seas and ocean beds and get compressed together, forming like cemented, packed by compaction. It can form into sedimentary rock. Otherwise, whenever temperature and pressure also increases in that, then it directly forms as metamorphic by changing its chemical composition. Even this sedimentary rock, after weathering and deposition, again may be transforming into tiny grains, and due to high heat and pressure prevailing in the earth crust, it changes its chemical composition a lot and changes into metamorphic rock. See how these igneous rock, light colored igneous rocks and dark colored igneous rock, light colored earth surface, that is rhyolite and basalt. Deep depth is fine crystal grain size coarse ones, diorite, diabase, gabbro, granite. These are dark color. Now coming to sedimentary rocks, small particles and large particles. This is basing on color we divided. This is basing on small particles are shale, which are formed from clay and mud, sandstone from sand, conglomerate from sand and pebbles, vesica, this is from sand and broken rock. Coming to metamorphic rocks, basing on the temperature, we have divided high temperature and low temperature, as well as high pressure and low pressure. Low temperature and low pressure, slate first, then marble, then schistite, same at the same, then serpentinite, quartzite, then genesis. These are of different types. Thank you, children.